Hello everyone, I'm Mark Wong here. So today I'm going to explain what is the important and the definition of PPE. So what is PPE? PPE is a personal protection equipment. So it protects us from various hazards in our workplace. So what is the example of PPE? As we know, PPE equipment is for our head is helmet, our eyes like safety glass, and for our body we can use a coverall. So that is example of PPE. So what is the responsible for employer to apply PPE? So number one, the employer in our workplace must apply a proper PPE with the work that we do. For example, when we work in estate, we must always use a not oversized shirt or very big shirt to avoid injury. And next, we must always use helmet to avoid falling object fall at our head. So, employer must make sure apply appropriate PPE for the workers. Number two, when we already provide the suitable PPE, we must give them the suitable PPE for them to use without any cost. Yeah, because when we want employees to work at our place, we must give them PPE so that the worker in a safe environment. So next, when we already give PPE and provide a suitable PPE for the workplace, and we must provide training and education so that the workers know how to use, how to identify the hazard in our workplace, so that every time when they work, they know the safety. Next, I will explain about the importance of using PPE in our workplace. So number one is obviously worker safety. When we have PPE, our worker or our employee always in a safe condition. So next, number two, when we have our worker safety, we can reduce our worker injuries. Yeah, when we have already applied our safety, so the risiko for our employee to injured is very low. Number three, when we've already followed the safety of our workplace, we can reduce the cost of injury when we follow the step of safety. So the cost of injury we can reduce. Lastly, we can do a promotion of safety culture in our workplace. So these are the few important of PPE in our workplace. Next, I will explain about the risk of poor PPE compliance, or we did not use PPE correctly. So number one, the safety of the worker is not safe, and they will create an injury in the workplace. Number two, can decrease workplace safety culture. So when we did not apply safety in our workplace, so our work culture will decrease and it causes injury for our employees. Next, number three is obviously our financial costs will increase because we always our worker always have injury. So every time there injury happen, there is cost will be applied or will be used to cover our employees and certain thing. Lastly is a lost productivity of the company. So when the environment is not safe, and we always receive a report, in future maybe the company will close because of the safety. We did not provide any PPE for our workers. So the action or solution to be taken minimize exposure of hazard that cause serious injury or death in our workplace is: number 1, hazard identification and assessment. Number 2, training and education should be provided. Number 3, PPE or personal protective equipment should be given to the employees. 4, hazard communication, MSDS, should be given to the workers. Safety community should be held and to be organized so that we work always in safety. So these are the few things or action solution to be taken when we as employee in our workplace. So these are the few suggestions and improvement for health and safety. Number 1, regularly do a meeting to update safety and health in our workplace. Number 2, try to do regularly emergency drill, like a fire drill or so on, so that when in real situation happen, we can avoid from injuries. Next is mental health support. Employer should provide to share the problems with a specific department so that worker problem can be heard or to voice out their stress. And lastly, root cause analysis. We must know the safety or the cause of the problem from the root, and we do the analysis so that next time or in future we can avoid this injury or the things happen again. So I already explained about what is PPE, how to use PPE, how to conduct PPE, and what to do with the PPE, and how to help safety in our workplace so that our worker or employees always in a safe situation. So to relate with the case study where the backhole injuries, the worker go down the backhole and help the other worker to carry things or so on, and then some accident happen. So when we follow the safety rules and regulation to use a backhole or the step that been given, we follow, the risk we can reduce of injury. So therefore we must know the hazard and the simple safety rules. To summarize or to conclude, as an employer, when we follow the safety and health rules and regulation, there will the injury or risk of injured we can reduce, and the safety of the worker, the most important thing when we work always in a safe environment or workplace. So that's all for my video today. Thank you very much and see you.